What is a guru and what is the role of a guru? There are many notions around what it means to be a guru or what it is. A guru, what's the role of a guru? Even the word guru has a lot of negative connotations, and there are self-proclaimed gurus as well. And so traditionally we want to look into the term guru. Gu stands for gukara, ru for rukara. So rukara means to remove, to destroy, and gukara stands for ignorance or samsara, the endless cycle of becoming, all the pain and suffering that has been caused because of self-ignorance. And so a guru is one that destroys samsara, that destroys ignorance, self-ignorance, that which has caused all the hurts and judgments that we have made upon ourselves. The idea that we are not good enough, that we're lacking something, that we're not acceptable. And so the role of a guru or of a teacher is to remove self-ignorance through self-knowledge. There's a metaphor of the light that removes darkness. Maybe you've heard the chant Asato ma satkamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Tamaha, from tamas to jyotihi. Tamas means darkness, jyotihi means the light. And so here the light is not referred to a physical light, it is referring to knowledge. And darkness is not referring to real darkness in terms of darkness, that there is no light. Darkness here refers to ignorance, pain, denial, and suffering. So when we chant that mantra, Tamaso ma jyotir gamaya, gamaya, lead me, O Guru, O dear revered teacher, O wise person, please lead me from self-ignorance to self-knowledge. What's the result of self-knowledge? The result of self-knowledge is moksha, freedom from pain and freedom from suffering. Because in the light of self-knowledge, I can see myself clearly as a whole and complete, limitless being. And so a guru is really a Vedanta teacher. In India, you hear gurus also to be called when they are a dance teacher or a singing teacher or a school teacher. But they are teachers. But they teach dance, or they teach singing, they teach arts that is very revered. It's all sacred knowledge. But it's still within the relative. It doesn't give absolute shanti, absolute peace, absolute happiness. When I learn art or anything else in the world, it gives me a relative peace. A relative peace means that it gives me some happiness, some satisfaction, but it's a satisfaction that will disappear again in time. And so a guru is really a Vedanta teacher, one who teaches Brahmavidya, the knowledge of the limitless being, which is Atma, which is the self. And so guru is not something that one can become, or I can strive to become a guru and then call myself, I am a guru now. That is dangerous. Usually then there is some ego involved. One has an agenda for people. A guru really is only from the standpoint of a student that has discovered trust in the teaching that reveals that you are whole and complete, and that there is a oneness between the individual and the total. And so the teaching itself can never fail. A person can fail. We are fallible as human beings. Our actions can fail, but the teaching cannot fail. And so the teaching has been passed on from teacher to student, from teacher to student. Maybe the student has become a teacher. But it's not that we study this in order to become a teacher. It is, we study it because I want to gain moksha, freedom from pain and suffering. And then it might be that in my life it happened that I will start to teach because this teaching has blessed me, and another person discovers trust in the teaching. and sees how it has blessed me, and I can pass it on. So then the student discovers a guru in a teacher, which means that the student has trust in the teaching, trust in the methodology, trust in the words, and therefore also into the words of the teacher. When the teacher gives teaching or prescribes certain disciplines, the student has trust to follow them, because those teachings and those practices have blessed the teacher. He or she has followed them and has seen his or her heart bloom. And so he or she passes on those teachings that help one gain self-knowledge, gain moksha, freedom from pain, and then let oneself relax in absolute unconditional love and self-acceptance. So that's the role of a guru. And so any person that calls himself or herself a guru, we have to inquire into that. What are they teaching? What is their background? How come they call themselves a guru? We don't have to go around and point fingers at people. We can just have a sacred borders. Because the role of a teacher or a guru is to teach Brahma Vidya, the teaching, the knowledge of the limitless being. He or she wields the methodology properly, knows how to wield or handle the words of Veda and Vedanta and Yoga, and unfolds them, and uses a methodology to make the student, the seeker, see what he or she sees, always relying upon the methodology and the pramanam, the means of knowledge. So he or she would never call himself or herself a guru. They are just at the time of teaching, they take on the role of a teacher. But even the teacher role is incidental. In deep sleep, I'm not a teacher. If I really would be a teacher, then I would always be a teacher relating to every person I meet, but I'm not. I'm just in that moment when I'm in the sacred relationship with a student, I play the role of a teacher. And it's really love. It's a love for this knowledge, a love for truth that one shares then, but not taking on this role as a teacher and then identify with it either, because then that can cause a lot of problems and also can create a lot of arrogance and identification. And the idea is that I can let go of all the identities and all the arrogance, and because the knowledge is not mine. It has been given to me, and so then I share it with other people, for those who also want to know. So the role of a teacher, a guru, is very important and has to be honored and not abused. So there should never be any manipulation from the teacher's side. That means teacher should not have any agenda for the student to be in a certain way. He or she is really supposed to embody the teaching, and always mirror validation and understanding. And maybe at times it's difficult to do that, because still we're human beings. But then one has to go back and look at himself or herself, and to see if there's an agenda, and then to resolve it in himself or herself, and let the student be and understand that they need time and space to grow, just as we all need time and space to grow. So a little introduction of understanding what the role of a guru and teacher is, and to debunk the myth that one can become a guru. Om.